Hi there, this is Dr. Renee of Pleasant Leadership Consulting, where we inspire your leadership freedom. So, welcome to another series, and this is the decision making and problem solving series. So, this is part one. Let's begin, shall we? It has been estimated by some research that leaders such as yourself and me, we make as many as 35,000 decisions per day. 35,000, that's a lot. So of those 35,000 decisions that we make a day, we typically use one of three models or a combination thereof. Those decision-making models include rational decision-making, intuitive decision-making, and collaborative decision-making. And this part one of this series is dedicated to learning those three decision-making models. Okay, so we're going to begin with the rational decision-making model, which is most likely your most frequently used method. When using the rational decision making model, you want to identify your problem, you want to generate some alternatives, evaluate all the options given to you because that's what a good decision maker does, make a choice, and then implement that decision. Remember, failure to implement or failure to take action is a decision within itself. The next example will be the intuitive decision making model. Now, as we talk about the second model, you're going to see a lot of similarities, almost identical steps to our first decision-making model. So when you want to implement the intuitive decision-making model, you're going to identify the decision that needs to be made. You're going to gather relevant information, identify all the alternative solutions, evaluate those options, choose a course of action, implement your decision, and then review the outcome. The pattern is the same, yes? The collaborative decision-making model will be our last model to focus on in this part one series. Before you decide to bring others into your decision-making process, you needed to understand the pros and the cons. So let's talk about the benefits of collaborative decision-making. First of all, you provide complete information by all perspectives. You generate far more alternatives than you do when thinking on your own. You have increased transparency with your followers, which is always a great thing, and you have built-in, not built-in, but built-in acceptance of decisions. Sorry about that typo. So if collaborative decision making is so awesome, why would I not use it? Well, you need to know the disadvantages. One, it is a time consuming process. Now, one would argue it's time well spent, but we're speaking of the negatives here. It is pressure to conform when you have a large group of people if you have a dissenting opinion. And then there's an ambiguous responsibility, which I think can be avoided with clear expectations and great communications. So that was a segue to how we can foster a great collaborative decision making model when I said that you can overcome those disadvantages with clear communication. So, step number one, share your company vision. Everybody needs to be reminded of the company mission. Number two, you need to have team goals, right? We have to know what we're working for. Number three, we want to communicate the expectations. Four, we want to define and communicate the individual strengths so that we know that what each person can bring to the table. Five, we want to promote a cohesive working environment. Six, foster open communication. Seven, encourage creativity. That's where our creative solutions are going to come from. Eight, share resources. All right. Number nine, lead by example. 10, invest in collaborative tools. 11, celebrate and reward successful teams. And I just noticed my numbering is off, and I have no excuse for that other than just getting excited to put these 11 strategies down on the screen. Okay, this wraps up part one in our series on decision making and problem solving. Please join us next week as we continue with part two.